continue my self-commentary series, I've picked out a few games from the month of September, and I just want to kind of explain what's going on and what I'm thinking about. So we're going to start off with a couple of Splat Zones games on this map. I saw that there's no enemy sniper in this game, so I'm pretty confident up here. Until I miss that shot, I immediately back up because I know that he's going to be attacking me. I also see that that's a Luna, so I'm just going to get right back up because he can't really touch me from down there. So I just finish him off there. I'm pretty sure this Ink Storm is almost done, so I just kind of sat there and tried to heal in my ink. Otherwise that would have been dangerous to do, because I didn't really want to give up my position at that point. Just saw that umbrella shooting down from up there. It took a long time to get my aim set on that ink brush there. And they are a very heavy ink storm team, so that'll be something to keep an eye on. They have the umbrella. Here's the umbrella coming after me. So I thought I saw an ally around here. Yeah, he's right there. He just went up the ramp. I thought he was going to help me, so I just kind of tried to walk away from the umbrella to give my ally a chance to deal with him, but I ended up just wasting his time because we had zone anyways, so it would have been nice if my ally was there to help me out, but it's fine because we had zone. We got a lot of points out of that stall. That was an unfortunate position for myself with that Luna attacking. So good on them, leading with the bomb. I'm surprised I didn't die to the first blast from taking bomb damage already. Those are some unfortunate misses. Those both were easy shots I could have landed, especially because they were both targeted from that ink mine. There's another ink storm over zone. I'm going to throw my own, except I accidentally hit the corner there. I hate that corner. I wanted to throw it into zone, but now it's just kind of sitting here, not doing much. If my allies were a little bit quicker getting out, it might have helped them get out into the main area, but I think some of the others were still respawning, so it was good that the one ally that was shooting up there wasn't too fast, otherwise he would have been overwhelmed. And there, yeah, I kind of sat in that ink storm for too long. I really like this right area here when we're pushed back. It covers a lot of the spots where enemies like to push in, while also having a good view of the zone. So I feel like I'm not like out of the game by sitting up here. You see, we get some good push going with that ink storm of mine. They have a counter ink storm though, so, and the baller. So I'm just trying to get some snipes in zone. So that's one mistake this team made, is a lot of teams I see make, is they kind of just like to hang out on the zone, because it's a pretty good defensive position, because, you know, it's elevated. You can see, like, there's two ways up to it, and you can, like, you know, you basically have the advantage with the high ground. But unfortunately, it's also in zone. So if you kind of concentrate your team there, then like you get splatted and the enemy takes zone. So I try to take advantage of that as much as I can by just focusing on the enemies that are in zone. And I saw that two of them used their ink storm, and so I countered with mine. Got a lucky splat there. This is fun to do, just kind of hiding behind something from someone shooting on either side, just kind of going back and forth. Especially if it's stalling them from taking zone when we're about to win. So that one was pretty straightforward. The next game is going to be a bit closer, I think. We actually got pushed out quite a bit more than we did in that game. This one you'll see, instead of double ink storm, they have double baller. We have a baller as well. They have the PG, or the RG and the 52 gal, and the RG is running baller spam build. You'll see they'll get a baller right away. Coming in from the right, already got a baller 12 seconds in. Not sure about how they used it though, that was kind of interesting. They didn't even explode on the zone. So we got the zone early. Oh no, we didn't get the zone yet, but now they got it with the secret rush. And the sniper's over on my right and a shooter. So quick peek over there to the sniper. That was kind of a lucky shot. I knew that they were going that way. Fortunately, they didn't move as fast as they could have. So I barely got that angle. I saw the sniper down there. I'm going to try to store my charge and get him, but I got someone else. That's good enough. Then there's someone else going up there. Now there's the sniper again. I can see the laser, but my ally got them before I could get around. The drawbridge got in my way. So we got some people coming in from the right. I'll try to keep them from pushing in, especially with my ally there, so I want to help them out. Fortunately, I charged a little slow there, only got one of them. There's the baller again, so I know the baller is going to come through zone. I try to push him off into his pit. Didn't quite get enough power on that. Another baller. That was a nice baller. It kind of flew through the air. Using my Inkstorm to counter theirs. Now on the right there, I see that aerospray, and he climbs up to the top. So I'm just kind of hanging here, waiting for him to not be up there anymore. But once the bridge comes down, I feel like I'm safe enough to go in. Unfortunately, he goes the other way, not to me. I get a quick snipe on that ball, and I managed to push him off that time. Unfortunately, I'm not wearing Object Shredder. I think I'm still leveling up gear at this point. But yeah, at this point with this baller meta, I favor running Object Shredder because that lets me completely destroy baller in 2 shots, where normally it takes 3 after the latest buff. I wanted to go in on that sniper, but I saw that guy come on the right. And now I get the sniper. That was a risky shot though, because I didn't quite know how far he had charged. So he might have gotten the full charge before me. I got lucky and they didn't though. Because I was way out in the open, so if they had gotten their charge before I did, then that would have been an easy shot for them. I think that was an enemy sprinkler that just got thrown behind us, but we just wiped them, so we're just going to take zone. Now I should probably be moving forward at this point. You see all 3 of my allies are in the middle of zone, which is bad, because as you can see the sniper's just picking them off. So I'm going to move forward, especially the bridge finally raises. Now I wanted to hang on that wall to avoid that aerospray, but I noticed that the Inkstorm was there and that would have killed me. Hanging on a wall doesn't protect against Inkstorm. So I just kind of tried to swim away and use an Ink Mine to cut off the aerospray, but that didn't work. So now I'm back to my defensive position, trying to get some picks in zone. I see the snipers shooting at me. I can't quite see where he is though, so I'm just shooting sprinklers and doing what I can to help my allies push in. There's the sniper on the right. Try to peek him. There's someone on our snipe. I couldn't quite get there in time, so he managed to get out into zone. So I have to throw my Inkstorm. Baller gets, again with the weird baller positions. There was nobody there. I don't know why he exploded way down there, not in zone. Another sprinkler. Now we have a sprinkler in zone, but the enemy took it out. Now my ally ballers, and that's a good baller. He exploded right on the enemy side of zone. And then an ally came in and finished off our side of the zone, so we got a nice capture there. When they had 11 points left, they were 4 points away from lead. And again, I should probably be moving forward, but I see the sniper over here, so I'm going to try to pressure them out a bit. The sniper's moved, so again, Yeah, now they're in middle zone. I got taken out and they have a baller, but it's too late. Some nice lag there. So this match is from a tournament. I don't remember which tournament. Oh, it might have been, this was from the Ludi qualifier. So this is my team I'm playing with. It's the first video I've shown that's not in solo queue. This is against Squid Coliseum. Just your standard trying to clear out mid. There's a jetpack up there, so I kind of want to focus them. I know that 3 people are shooting at me, so I tend to kamikaze on the inkjet at that point, because I didn't really have anywhere to escape from. I had shots behind me and in front. So I did manage to take out the inkjet and just tried to tap shot the Rainmaker, but I didn't get much damage on it. So they got a pretty good push early on. This guy, that was a lucky shot. Did not have a good angle on them. Top. So that's pretty much a wipe, so we're gonna push in now. Got the lead. Now I'm alone, so I'm gonna back up a bit, put an ink mine up here. Unfortunately, I see someone coming for me, and I try to do the cool jump maneuver, but I failed. I probably shouldn't have tried that. There wasn't a good angle on it, and he was going pretty fast. And again, I was alone. So they're gonna take a lot of map control at this point. They're all using their specials. That's an Inkjet and an Ink Storm. I think I saw a bubble. Now I see this guy shooting at me, but I really want to get that Rainmaker. Unfortunately, I missed the Rainmaker as well. So they'll take the lead again. I'm kind of shouting at my team that there's a guy here. Marsh coming to help out. That Ink Storm to try to draw him out, but he's already retreated, so... Oh no, he hasn't. He's still there with the Inkjet. I think I got like 1 tap on him, but Marsh, again, helping out. Thank you, Marsh. Okay, that's 3 down, 10 attacks on the left, so we're gonna... should be grabbing it. There we go. We have the bubbles out. Not sure if that helped a whole lot. This guy below. It's kind of an awkward spot for the Rainmaker, because as soon as you grab that, someone's going to kill you. With that Ink Storm, hopefully we can push in. I got that guy. That was a really clutch snipe. So we got the Rainmaker. There's one up in the attic I want to try to get, but my ally gets there first. So that's nice. I see one coming from above to the left. Got him. But something killed Marsh there. I think it was that same guy that I shot. He might have gotten some bullets out first, so that was very unfortunate. We almost had the lead there. Now I'm kind of frantic at this point because I know that someone can easily come from my left, and I don't have good visibility from my left because I'm focusing on the right, and there they come. And I didn't really have a good option to deal with that. I want to get used to jumping, the super jumping to spawn a bit more. I run the build for it. I have some quick super jump, but I don't use it as much as I'd like. That might have been a good time to super jump out. After dodging the bomb, of course. I want to deal with this Rainmaker, but he's just out of my range, so I decided to try to help out in mid as much as I can until I build this Ink Storm. And now I can help out with the Rainmaker, especially with those bubbles there as well. And we have Ink Armor, so that's 3 of our specials down, just to kill the Rainmaker there, keep them from stalling. I immediately go to this block from that, that's safe from the inkjet there. I have to dodge the ink storm though, because I was already damaged, so that might have killed me if I hadn't dodged that ink storm. Just trying to get some ink in mid so they can limit their movement a bit. Like that guy, he had to jump over my line. So we have pretty decent control of mid at this point, and we have the Rainmaker. Bubbles in a... We probably could have used the bubbles in a better spot. I really wanted to get that bomb rusher, because that's putting a lot of pressure on us from pushing forward. And I can't see anyone, so I do a quick spin there, and I find this guy, but I miss my 2 shots, and they get our Rainmaker. I was mad. So that was a good game. We both had some good pushes in. Lots of coordinated specials. You see usually, most of the time in that game, when someone used a special, like the rest of the team used their special at the same time, which is really nice to see. I know it's something that we as a team are specifically working on. Okay, so this one's back to solo queue on the sniper's home, Moray Towers. Enemy does not have a sniper, so of course you can imagine that would not bode well for them. That was me checking to make sure they didn't have a sniper, I think. A little late. I haven't been checking the comps as much as I should be. And there's the snipe on the ink armor. Little lag there. Just gonna let them pop it while my allies respawn. I saw that guy coming up, and so I used the Ink Storm. I like the Ink Mine Ink Storm combo, because if I use the Ink Storm, then they're gonna have to come up to avoid the Ink Storm, and then they're gonna land on my Ink Mine, and that'll probably kill them after all the Ink Storm damage. But my ally killed them while they were using Splashdown anyways. Now there I sniped that Ink Rail, just because I knew that there were a lot of enemies down there and there was a lot going on, and it would have been very easy for one of them to kind of sneak up in all the turmoil. So I kind of wanted to make that a bit more difficult for them, so we could focus on taking them out rather than worrying about flanks. And again, you see that guy trying, but he couldn't because I had already sniped it. I don't know if that was an intentional reset or not. Trying to get that inkjet, but unfortunately someone was behind me. Now they're 3 down, and we're taking Rainmaker. Didn't get very far though, because our Rainmaker was alone. So it's just staying in that court area. Most of this game is just there. I'm making the walls a bit there because I saw my teammate jump down, so just trying to give them a little help. And this guy's gonna come get me, except nope, he fell down off the map. Rip. Would have liked to make that snipe though. So that ink mine there. Generally, I like to put an ink mine a bit closer to where I am right now, kind of between the ramp and the wall in most modes, because then they're gonna have to hit that ink mine on the way up to me, so I know where they're coming if they're flanking that way. But in Rainmaker, I like to put it closer to the wall because obviously they're more likely to take that route to climb the wall in Rainmaker. So that should hit them on the way up. So I wasn't sure if anyone was hiding over there on the left, and it would have taken a lot of time and ink to just cover that whole thing. So the first shot I let out was to activate the ink rail. That way, if there was someone hiding there, they wouldn't be able to get to me very quickly, so it doesn't really matter if they're hiding there or not. And their ink armor, I saw that ink armor particle, so I knew there was someone on the left there. Gotta love when the enemy uses ink armor. when their allies are trying to flank. I hadn't seen him. I dropped down right on top of him. Fortunately, he didn't decide to kill me immediately, so I got some half charges on him. And so we took Rainmaker to 45 there. Looks like we made it all the way to the top. That's where 45 points is. So he took a tricky route there. I didn't even realize you could jump there. So I did the same thing. Try to avoid him. I'm not sure if I don't think he fell down there. It looked like he did. It would have been nice if he did, if he had fallen off the map, but... Now, I know there's people behind me, so I'm just kind of kamikazing at the Rainmaker because they almost took lead there. If they make it up to the top, then they take lead, pretty much. And again, they have it. Just barely getting that snipe. Now, I thought I saw someone climb the wall there, but then they disappeared. I still don't know where they went after watching this several times. Maybe that's them there. Maybe they went around. So now we're in a pretty good position. They're 2 down. We have Rainmaker. He probably shouldn't have dropped down there because now he's vulnerable to that brush. Fortunately, Ally killed the brush. And that's it. Rank up. Alright, one last match. Tower control on Inkblot. So this is kind of a crazy match because we have a Tri-Slosher and a Junior. The enemy has a Tri-Slosher and a Junior, and they already have Ink Armor 11 seconds into the game. So I know right away that this is going to be an awful game with lots of Ink Armor spam. I think this was before the nerf. So you might see a few snipes on Ink Armor enemies that don't actually do any damage. Fortunately, since we also have Ink Armor, we do get a pretty good push at the beginning here, using that Ink Storm. See, I got lucky there because my allies Ink Armored me, and then the Carbon hit me off the tower to safety. So, the Ink Armor really saves the day a lot in this game. I missed the guy up there, unfortunately, so I have to turn around and deal with this guy. I got armor again, which is really nice. Again, the Carbon just pushed me off the tower without damaging me, because this is pre-buff, or pre-nerf. And I push him off the tower. It's kind of crazy, all the armor going on. So I get a second Ink Storm there, within the same push. So it's a very long and successful push, but it finally ends. They managed to get all 4 of us. Alright, so they are capturing the map quite quickly, getting armor. There's an armor. I think they did 2 in a row there. Plus their Ink Storm. I'm trying to get tower real quick there, even though I know someone's coming up here. Probably not a good idea. So they're still pushing, and I am despairing at this point because I know they're just going to keep chaining armor and pushing that tower. And I'm not in a great spot, especially with them throwing auto bombs at me. And the Carbon comes out of nowhere. And they take the lead. That was very satisfying. Double splat with the wipe. So, change the momentum. Now we have a chance for our own armor spam journey. So yeah, we already used one kind of early, I think. It would have been nice if my allies were ready to push in quickly, but I think they were still working on regaining control of mid, which I think was the right move. You don't want to go back in too quickly after getting wiped, or even after wiping the enemy. especially because the tower wasn't like the tower was still in mid, so we kind of wanted to control mid first where the tower was before pushing in too far. And yeah, I'm taking it slow. I think my allies, my allies pushed in a bit there, and I should have been with them, but so again, enemies getting momentum with their armor. See, I got that guy, but it didn't do any damage. So now we're going to try for another push. We already have control of mid this time, so we should be able to push in a bit faster. I know there's a carbon right behind that block, and there he comes, so I'm going to jump off. Or I'm going to get pushed off again. Oh, my allies are still pushing the tower at this point. So I'm going to try to jump to them, but he gets off the tower! No! So I jump to that guy. Got an ink mine on the tower. Ink mines on towers are nice. So we are very close to lead at this point. We have armor. I get pushed off. We get another armor. I get pushed off again. I get back on. I get killed. Enemy ally kills them. Oh, we took the lead. Yay! And we're still going. I don't know if we got more armors or what, but yeah. So that was a pretty exciting victory. Lots of armor. So yeah, that's it for this month. Look out for October's videos next month. Hopefully you learned something about sniping. See you then.